it is what it is, and I'm gonna live with it, and it is gonna be fine. So, hello, welcome back to the next episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. And today we're once again gonna have an episode without any video. Why? I don't actually know. I don't really feel like just doing it in the other way. And maybe there is quite some background noise because I'm just rendering a video. But yeah, I hope this is fine. I hope this is okay, and I hope it is great. But yeah. Today is actually a very strange and interesting day. I felt like not having quite a lot of time, but in the end, it just actually turned out that I do have quite a lot of time. Maybe due to me not eating quite anything today. Like the only thing that I've eaten today was my after work food, which was lentils, tomato sauce, and then some nuts afterwards and an apple, which maybe is gonna come to, I don't know, 1,200 calories or something, which is not that much, which really is not that much. But I do actually feel pretty good, and I don't really feel that hungry, to be honest. I do feel quite exhausted, and I know that it is due to that. And I also feel a bit, tired and stuff and whatnot, but it's already 8 p.m. as I'm just seeing. And I only have to shower and record this episode, and then this is gonna be my day quite. And the rest I've quite already done besides uploading the video, but this is gonna be fine as well, I hope. But yeah, I do hope that you are having a great day. I hope that you're fine and that everything is okay. Maybe I'm just really gonna try today that I'm gonna sleep more, just because I do have the time. And yeah, tomorrow is gonna be my cheat day, which is something that I'm really excited for, because I'm gonna eat nice things. And tomorrow I'm also gonna maybe sit alongside with my buddies and watch soccer. Could also be nice, but it really depends on whether we can find a location or not. But yeah, but tomorrow it's gonna rain apparently, which is not that nice, because I just thought, well, we could just sit outside and watch, but yeah, I know this wouldn't work out that well. But anyway, this week was actually my first week of working at my quote-unquote new job, so really working it, which is the social 9 months that I have to make for my country, as I've been talking about it before. But it's actually quite amazing. It really is. I'm working for the Red Cross, essentially, and this week was all about getting people from this place to that place, from the hospital home and to the hospital, and just all of these things. And I've obviously seen quite a lot of things, quite a lot of things, meaning that, ill people and people that are not feeling that good and people that are connected to every kind of machinery, whether it is actually a walking aid or whether it is some blood cleaning thingy thing. And it is insane. It is insane to see that, and especially actually my first day I've seen this blood cleaning device thingy thing where people are hanging and or connected to that, which I came into this room and there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 9 people, I would argue, or I would say. And they all have been lying there. They quite all have been relatively old, not all of them, but quite old. But yeah, it's still fucking insane to see that they need this machine to live, just because they're, well, I don't actually know what it's called in English, but some organ is broken or insufficiently working and whatnot. And it is insane. It just gives you another perspective to life or onto life, that it is gonna end, and that you should be really trying to eat healthy and be healthy, not necessarily only eating, but also having a healthy lifestyle. Because of course, if you're stressed out all the fucking time and whatnot, this is also not gonna be that healthy. On the other hand, it is, I don't know, it's just making you more grateful, I guess, really also subconsciously. I would even argue more subconsciously than consciously. Of course, there's also some elderly people just 97-year-olds and 91-year-olds that are just seemingly working pretty fine in terms of their body working pretty fine, their brain working pretty fine. Of course, they are not going to be able to communicate with you as, as some 30-year-old, some healthy 30-year-old. It's still going to be different, of course. But yeah, it is still insane to see how bad some people are having it, Even though, they're living in a first world country and they have all the possibilities there are in terms of, there is people that are watching them and they're in some homes and whatnot, and it's good for them. I don't want to say that they're having it bad, they're having it amazingly good. Especially also, these institutions, they look fucking fire. They're fucking lit. You know what? I'm a graphic designer. I don't want to say that I have an eye for aesthetics, but I do, I would argue that I'm seeing things in a different light, that I'm just watching the aesthetics a bit more than the quote unquote regular dude. And I don't know, like such a lot of institutions there, they look pretty good. They're just new buildings and everything is really great and technology is there as well and everything is working actually pretty fine and whatnot. But yeah, it's amazing, Also the people there most often are actually pretty fucking nice, which is great to see, because, you're having it already relatively bad. And so, I don't know, just then hanging around people that are negative and are just mean to you, even though you basically can't do anything for your situation, or you shouldn't be blamed. Of course you can be blamed, but these people don't know you, so why should they? But still, it's a fucked up thing if they're that mean and just whatnot. And I've kind of also seen that, even though, I do also want to say that in general, it is very difficult to say whether somebody is mean or not. Of course, we all can have a bad day and we all are having a bad day and we all feel bad sometimes. And sometimes when it is about interactions that you're seeing, that you might think, well, this is the bad dude and this is the nice dude. But in fact, it is kind of the opposite. That's the nice dude is actually the bad dude and the bad dude is the nice dude. But I don't know, like just seeing a conversation from the outside, and just a part of it and a part of the conversation that they might have been having for just several months or whatnot. Because of course, they might have been interacting with each and another, you know what I mean? For years maybe. We don't see that, and I don't see that. So I should really not be judging, and therefore I should also not be judging anybody, because I don't know anybody. If there's somebody doing some bullshit, well, yeah, okay, it might not be cool that he or she is doing that, but I ultimately don't know this person, just because I don't know this person. But it is a pretty interesting job, even though I'm just sitting in a car like 90% of the time and talking to elderly people and just trying to sometimes trying to talk to them quite, because it's not always that easy, just when we are on the freeway or something, then it is actually pretty loud in the car. And, when it's an older person or elderly person, then, their hearing is not that great anymore. And you always have to consider that. And I also always consider like whether they actually want to talk to me or not. And I do try, but if I notice that, maybe they're tired and they've actually said it to me, or they just don't really respond in, if they don't respond like they really want to talk to me, then I'm also just not doing that. Or just if it is very short answers and stuff like that, then I notice, well, they don't want to talk to me and they just want to be alone. They just maybe want to enjoy the ride. I don't know. And also if I notice that it is a little bit too difficult for them to communicate with me, just maybe because they actually can't hear me or they can't talk that well due to whatever disease or due to whatever condition they're in, then I also think like, well, why should I talk to them then? If it is only just pain for them, whether it's real physical pain or just pain and like a metaphor, just pain in the ass and some shit. But yeah, so I might also be kind of just developing my empathy a bit more. Which, by the way, I believe is a very important trait and a very important thing, that you can feel what other people might be feeling. We can only assume, but I do say and I do think that we as human beings, we can relatively well, quote unquote, decide or see how other people are feeling. Just because, I don't know. And I would even just argue that there is some intelligence involved as well, because I don't know, if you're just, if you're watching somebody and, I don't know, there's so many different things that could be happening, or that could be the reason for why somebody is just mad or happy or whatnot. And I don't know, like, I don't necessarily believe that everyone is able to have all those options in mind quite, even though I don't want to say that if you're just not empathetic that you're dumb. This is not what I mean. But just because some people are more empathetic and some people are not that empathetic, which in the end does not have quite anything to do with being intelligent, but yeah, I do hope that you know what I mean. I don't think so, but I hope. But I think it is a great job, and I kind of believe that everybody should be doing something in that kind or something similar, just because, as I said, it is showing you quite a lot of things. And I also feel quite good about that. I feel like, first of all, I'm doing something different. I'm doing something different than what I'm just normally doing and what I have been doing or I have done in terms of work up to this point. I've just only been sitting in just rooms and been working on design things and stuff like that. And also just, just in front of the computer, which can be pretty boring and can also lead to just severe issues, actually, like with the eyes, legs, if it's just sitting all day long, which I'm quite not doing. Of course, I do sit a lot in the car, but I also have to just get out and, get the people and, just deal with this chair and also kind of put this chair into the car and just all sorts of things that we have to do. But I think it is pretty great. I think it is a great experience, and I do also think that I'm doing something that makes sense, and I'm doing something that does help somebody. It might not help everybody, but this is just something that nobody's able to do. But I'm helping these elderly people, and I'm helping those people that are in need of just me helping them, which is an amazing thing, which is a great thing, I would say. And of course, maybe there is something else that it can be doing that is just way better than that. I don't know. But I think it is a great step, and I think it is a good thing. And I do also get I do also have the opportunity to just be a medic quite. I don't know if this is the right expression, but I do get, there is a test that I'm going to take in like 2 weeks or something, and I should actually be learning a bit more and some other stuff. And I'm, apparently it's actually quite difficult to be able to get through that. But, I'm going to try, and I'm going to try my best, obviously. And it's hopefully going to be all right. And then I am actually a fucking medic. This is then really my job. Then I've learned to do that. And I don't know if I get just some sort of certificate or something. Maybe I really get that. But yeah, it's pretty nice to know that. And it is also pretty nice to be able to help other people if there is some issue, especially when it is about family things. That when I know, okay, when just grandparents, if they just, I don't know, fall down, what should I do? And if they just kind of collapse because of whatever reason, how I could help and how I could treat those issues and, what to really do. And also to feel more comfortable in these situations, because most often we don't. Most often we are really stressed out and adrenaline pushes through our veins and stuff, which is a good thing. But still, I don't know, just trying or being able to be calm and really then help is great and amazing, and it feels good. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely some benefits to that. There's definitely some downsides to that. For example, like just me not getting paid that much and me maybe having 60-hour weeks. But this is also a great experience. Quite, Actually, the next week is going to be a pretty tough one, since I am having those 12-hour days. For sure. I mean, they are planned to be 12-hour days, even though it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to work for 12-hour days. I don't know. Is there something else that I can say? Maybe amor fati. Love faith, love your faith. Life is what it is. There's going to be downsides, there's going to be upsides, there's going to be some coincidences that are nice to have, and there's going to be some things that are not that nice to have. And we all have to live with them, and we all have to just know that things are going to be worse in the future and things are going to be better in the future. And period. I do hope that I have been able to share some things. I don't necessarily think that I have been able to share some things that are of value to you. Be grateful. Please be grateful for what you have and what you can acquire and what position you're in, because a lot of people that are listening to this podcast, I assume, are living in first world countries, and still we are bothered by quite a lot of things, whether it is taxes, whether it is some other issues, whether it is some whatnot, and it is unnecessary. I can understand that we're all human beings, but it is unnecessary. We're having it so fucking good and we can make so fucking much out of our life. It is insane, actually. But still, I can really understand that. And I am also sad and mad and in a very, very, very bad mood from time to time. I'm not going to lie. I just don't want to play and be the one or play the one that, is perfect and whatnot, because I'm definitely not. I am definitely not fucking perfect, even though I have been talking about self-development and personal development for 2 years now. It is just part of my life and it is something that I really put a lot of time into. But still, I'm not perfect, and I might have been actually not been progressing that much in the past few months or 2 years, actually. I don't know. I do have a bit, I can see that, but still, maybe it could have been better and maybe whatnot. But, being like, well, it could have and it should have and whatnot doesn't make anything better. What you can do is just maybe make a plan and set new goals for the future, and also that you can really make progress in the future. But really judging yourself and hating yourself for what you did in the past and for things that you've done up to this point doesn't make too much sense. The only thing they can do with them is learning from them and doing things better in the future. If you're not doing that, you can judge that. If you feel like, well, today I should be working out and you're not doing that, then you can judge yourself. Even though, it's not going to make anything better, of course, as well. But this is more understandable for me, I would say. But yeah, make something great of your life. Please be healthy and safe. Take care of you. Please, please, please do that. Please take as much care of you as you would take of people that are really of importance to you and really are important to you. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end this episode there. So I wish you the best health, happiness, and all success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person and then being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 the questions that I have for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. And the last one is: what could you essentially say to another person that is indeed going to change their life? Because I totally believe that we all can say something and we all can communicate something that is indeed going to change their life. And yeah, with that being said, I'm going to see you next time. Bye bye. And please stay safe, you and your family and loved ones.